All right, it's 10-7. Arizona State scoring here in the third quarter on a 50-yard drive that took 8 plays, and Zendejas will be kicking off. Rosie Snipes is the deep back, as you see, standing just inside his own 1-yard line. Zendejas is an All-American kicker, and he gets it away a deep and about 5 yards into the end zone. Snipes will kneel it down. He had some thoughts of bringing that one out, Barry.
Well, I'm glad he stopped, because that could have been awful dangerous trying to run it out from there.
I know every kick return man, and you've been one, enjoys bringing it out, but there are times where it's just not wise to do so. And that was one of those times.
Well, what's the saying? Discretion is the better part of valor.
That's it. There's the scoring drive. Just 2:24 consumed on the clock. A 50-yard drive and 39-yard field goal by Zendejas. His first one in 6 quarters. 1st and 10 at the 20. I-backs, and Lowry will fake the handoff, go with a pitch. And this is Snipes. And Snipes, his first carry officially, gets it out to the 39-yard line. Jimmy Williams combining to make the hit with Bruce Hill. Snipes had one other opportunity in the first half, but it was a pitch that was misguided because of being tackled as he got it away, and it was ruled a fumble.
You know, once again, the thing I'd like to point out, of course, Rosie Snipes does a great job running the ball, but so far we've been effective on those options, really by the offensive wide receivers throwing very fine blocks. And a lot of times you don't see that, receivers blocking.
Snipes picks up 18 yards and a first down at the 38-yard line. Lowry on the option. They take the pitch away from him, so he turns it upfield and gets good yardage out to the 45-yard line. Free safety David Fulcher, a leading tackler on the team from Los Angeles, California. A sophomore makes the hit. He's the fellow we've been talking about that was a wide receiver. At 6'3", 195, they blitz him a lot. We've seen him blitz as many times in the first half as you'll see a safety sometimes in 3 or 4 games.
He's also picked up 3 interceptions, too. Fine athlete.
It is 2nd down and 2 from the 46-yard line. They're taking that pitch away, Barry, here in the second half. They've adjusted in the locker room. Thompson in motion, and Snipes gets it to midfield and a first down for Florida State. David Fulcher again on the stop with Mitch Callahan. There's the nose guard and a free safety combining to make the hit.
I guess they must be giving Greg Allen a little breather right now.
Florida State with a pretty good edge in first downs, 14-9, but Arizona State has scored the last 10 points in this game. The Seminoles scoring on the opening drive of the game, but they have not been able to get on the board since. Part of that has been because of an interception in the end zone and a fumble recovery by Arizona State at their own 33. This one will get it down to about the 46-yard line, and Mitch Callahan again on the stop. Ball carrier straight ahead was Cletus Jones. He is from Miami, a sophomore, 215-pounder. So it'll be 2nd down and 6 at the 46. Beautiful night here in Tempe, Arizona. We've been blessed with great weather. You know, a month ago we would have been waddling around in the water here. They had quite a flood here and in Tucson, about 100 miles away. And here's Lowry running wide to the right. Dale Walton on the stop. He is the strong safety coming up quickly. The junior from Oceanside, California, to make the hit. To bring up 3rd and a long 4 yards.
Well, Larry, as you said earlier, that they're certainly taking away the pitch man, and 47, Brian Noble, the outside linebacker, has taken Rosie Snipes, and Kelly has to keep the ball himself, trying to fight for that yardage.
This place is jam-packed now. As we mentioned, we expected 70,000 plus in the stadium, and it has been sold out. The interesting note was that they were not all here at the kickoff of the game, and they tell me that they'll leave early. They like to arrive late and leave early. Hassan Jones out of bounds with a first down on the receiving end of a Lowry pass at the 37-yard line. But they're all here now as we take a look around. There is not a seat, or very few, if any. 37-yard line, 1st and 10 Seminoles, 6:57 to play, third quarter.
The Florida State is staying with that short passing attack, the conservative approach, going to the quick out or the quick slant to their wide receivers. I'm surprised they're not doing, getting more to the outside, some deeper patterns, especially square in patterns against the man-to-man coverage.
Lowry with time. Ouija Thompson could not keep his feet, and he's dropped at the 12-yard line. Dale Walton on the coverage, but Ouija would have been gone for the score had he been able to keep his balance. Well, we want to thank Jack Nicklaus for joining us here at halftime. That was interesting. And, of course, it was right at the start of the third quarter, so we didn't have much time to talk with him.
Well, we just talked about the short passing attack, and he finally decides to go deep. Weegee Thompson, really an outstanding athlete. You know, if Seminole fans remember, he was recruited as a quarterback, and now he's an outside receiver. He's done a fine job for Florida State. 1st and 10
at the 12. Lowry to the corner. Hester incomplete. Bruce Hill on the coverage from Lancaster, California, a sophomore. And we keep bringing this up, the fact that Arizona State has recruited a number of players from California, and on this defensive unit, a number of them are sophomores and juniors. So you're going to see quite a defense returning here next year for Arizona State. It is 2nd and 10 from the 12. 5 defensive backs in for the Sun Devils. Snipes up the middle. He's going to break it in for the touchdown. Roosevelt Snipes was not heard from in the first half except for one play, and here, taking it straight ahead from 12 yards out, has given the lead back to Florida State.
Well, Rosie Snipes comes through, and the touchdown, as you can see on the replay right here, that's strictly nothing but a quick hit up the middle, but Rosie has the option of going inside and out, and he cut back, and a very fine move for the touchdown.
Now Philip Hall will try the extra point. Placement, kick is up. It is high and long, and it is good. And with 6:27 remaining here in the third quarter, we've got a timeout, a break in the action in Tempe, Arizona. The score now, Florida State 14, Arizona State 10. All right, an 80-yard drive. An 80-yard drive in 9 plays. And it is now 14-10. Florida State by 4.
Well, Larry, the key to that drive really was the outstanding blocking of Florida State's offensive line. You know, guys like John Ionata and Ricky Redner and Sam Restivo, those guys are really starting to come around.
Barry Barco prepares to kick off for the Seminoles. Cade and Day are deep for Arizona State. And on the far side, it'll be taken by Day, and he's got some speed. Look out for him. He's across the 20 and out of bounds near the 25-yard line. He is a sprinter on the track team. Now, they've got an outstanding baseball program here, as most people know, and an outstanding track team as well. And a lot of these athletes on this football team will play both sports. Channing Williams, we have not seen a freshman for Arizona State, is 5'11", 200, and he's also on the baseball team.
Larry, Kim Mack is limping out on the sidelines there. Have to find out what's the matter.
6:22 to go, third quarter, 14-10 Florida State. 1st and 10 at the 24, Arizona State with the ball. This is Crawford. Breaks through one tackle and gets it out near the 25-yard line.
Mike Crawford, the ball carrier, stopped by number 38, Ken Rogue.
Ken Rogue is credited for the tackle. So the ball at the 24-yard line. And on play action now, Hodge is going deep. He's got a man, but Riley is there, and it's intercepted. Penalty flag is down, but Riley is running it back at midfield. He gets outside of the 40. And he's going to take it down to the 35-yard line, but a flag was dropped at the 38 before that pass really got downfield.
Well, Larry, Eric Riley made an outstanding defensive play, really going high for the interception.
Apparently against the Seminoles, though, Barry, and that may nullify the play. Pass interference against Florida State will nullify the interception by Riley. And a nice run back at that. Instead of the Seminoles having it at the 35-yard line, it'll be Arizona State's football.
Larry, we have a mystery player out there for Florida State.
Well, it's Jones, number 55. I've been looking it up myself.
Maybe they picked him up on waivers from some university.
Well, we got a lot of Joneses. Cletus and Cedric and Hassan and F. Jones. Here's the quick pitch to the near side. Penalty flags dropped. as Dwayne Wright gets it out to the 47-yard line. Steve Bloodworth on the stop. Dwayne Wright, a senior from Dallas, Texas, and naturally they call him Tex.
Well, looks like we got a flag down again, and it looks like it's a holding penalty against Arizona State.
We'll get the official word from Robert Beal, and it is that. And that will be brought back against the Arizona State Sun Devils here in Sun Devil Stadium. 5:32 to play. Third quarter. Darrell Rogers on the sideline, very calm at the moment.
Let's take a look at it again, see if we can pick up the holding. Okay, you can see the number 81, Don Kern, holding.
I'll tell you what, Steve Bloodworth, number 9, who made the tackle, took on James Keaton, number 75, a 275-pounder. Bloodworth weighs 165 soaking wet. He gives up almost 100 pounds.
Well, I understand that Keaton is actually bigger than what's recorded down there.
The 275 that's listed there.
He's a big man.
So he's got 100 pounds on him, and Bloodworth was able to play off the block and make the hit. 1st and 17 at the 30-yard line. And they're checking off at the line of scrimmage. Dropping to throw, Hans has a man across the 40 out to the 43-yard line. The tight end Don Kern, his favorite target. And he gets it out to the 43, which will bring up, maybe 7 yards short of a first down. It'll bring up second down. We'll give him pretty good return on that, about 10 yards, although they're saying more than that on the scoreboard at the moment.
Hans reading the coverage very good. Florida State was doubling the outside receivers, and it leaves a one-on-one coverage with your tight end, and Don Kern simply found the hole over the middle, makes a fine reception.
Well, it does bring up a 2nd and 4. And this again is Wright. At number 55 that's out there for Florida State is Fred Jones, a freshman who's 6'3", 230-pounder.
You think his heart is pumping right now?
Well, he's doing a fine job out there, and he's having a good time with 70,000 fans on hand in a beautiful stadium against a team that was ranked number 6 last year at the end of the season, when Arizona State went 10-2. 3rd down and 1 from the 46. Quick pitch, Crawford gets through, and it'll be Ken Rowe who makes the hit, and really a saving tackle, as Crawford was out and breaking it loose across midfield to the 46-yard line of the Seminoles.
You see Crawford splitting Alfonso Carricker and John McLean. They almost had the tackle, but almost doesn't count, and he makes a fine run, and he's picked up the first down.
Well, he gained 276 yards coming into this game. This is his finest night this year. 72 yards rushing already in this ball game in the third quarter. 3:36 to play, and here he is again. Down near the 40-yard line of Florida State. They'll mark it at the 41. And he's close to 80 yards now on the night. Picks up 5 there, so it's going to be 2nd and 5, and he's got 77 yards.
So, Arizona State is, from an offensive standpoint, is getting into a situation that's very good. You got 2nd and 5. You have now the option to run or pass, and it makes it a little bit tougher on the defense to try to figure out what you're going to do.
And Hans only threw it 6 times in the first half, and he threw it that many times here in the third quarter. 3 minutes to go, third quarter, and he's going to go with a quick pitch to Crawford to the near side, and he gets close to a first down. Very close at the 37-yard line.
He's picked up by number 71, Todd Stroud.
Todd Stroud out of St. Pete, a sophomore, makes the hit the nose guard. You can see on the sideline there as Arizona State is going to bring in a play with Paul Day, number 22, as Bobby Bowden now will check with his defense.
This is what you call gut check time right here.
It is 3rd down and 1 at the 37. High backs. Crawford is the deep back with Wright, the fullback, and Wright gets the call straight ahead inside the 35. Enough for the first down, and Arizona State has a drive and threatening at the Florida State 34. Seminoles leading by 4 points with 2:19 to go in the third quarter. Stroud again on the stop.
And don't forget to support the ASU offense.
2:16, the clock moves. Third quarter action, 14-10. We keep telling you the time and where we are in the ballgame because back home it's past midnight, and you might think this game is a little long running. Over the time change here, it's still early in the evening. Weatherspoon on the receiving end at the 30-yard line.
Number 89, Jerome Weatherspoon.
It's coming up at 9:30 here in Arizona.
Arizona State lines up with 2 slot people on the right-hand side. One receiver's running an inside pattern and Weatherspoon running the outside pattern. You see him there on the catch.
At the 30-yard line, it is 2nd down and 5. A long 5, and we'll make it 6. 2nd and 6. Crawford open and gets it down to the 20 and down near the 19-yard line. Another Arizona State first down. Now we're seeing the kind of game we expected to see in the first half.
Yeah, both offenses starting to uncrank it, and this is, I guess, what you call running to daylight. Crawford here on a very fine run, and Brian McCrary, 43, in on the tackle.
Right at the 20-yard line, it is 1st and 10, Arizona State, with 1:12 to play in the 3rd quarter. Hans, the senior from Torrance, California, brings him up with a slot left formation. He'll hand off, keeping it on the ground to Crawford. To the 12, and Bloodworth really put the stop on him. Bloodworth, only a 165-pounder, hit him really strong. Crawford, a sophomore himself, at 185.
You know, some backs seem to get, start slow, and the more they carry the ball, they get wound up. And Mike Crawford is starting to really run the ball very well.
Keep in mind, he is replacing Darrell Clack, who last year as a freshman was the leading rusher, the first freshman since 1955 to lead Arizona State. Crawford now nearing the 100-yard mark at 93. 2nd and 2 from the 12. And this is right inside the 10 to the 8-yard line. Or was it Tupper 48? I believe it was 48, not 46. It was Tupper. He is from Phoenix, right around this area, a sophomore. And he gets it down inside the 10 for a first down. Arizona State at the Florida State 9, 1st and goal.
And Larry, big James Keaton, the senior offensive tackle for Arizona State, leading the way on that last run.
Doug Allen, we have not heard from much, will line up wide to the left, and in the slot will be Weatherspoon. It is 1st and goal officially from the 8. It's closer to the 9, and now whistles will blow as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. Here in Sun Devil Stadium, Tempe, Arizona, Larry Matson with Barry Smith. A break in the action, a timeout. Here in Tempe, Arizona, with a score, Florida State 14, Arizona State threatening. We want to remind everyone that Bob Warren will have a news update right after this ball game. So you want to stay with us. At the completion of the game, Bob Warren will update the news. And with the 4th quarter just getting underway, we are faced with a 1st and goal from the 8-yard line. And it's 14-10 Florida State. The pitch is to Crawford. Oh, he is belted. He gets it down to the 6-yard line. Boy, this is going to be exciting. As the break was being taken at the end of the quarter, you may have heard the crowd. This crowd was cheering quite loudly here. It's the first reaction we have really had from the crowd tonight, and I'm told they don't do that very often here in Tempe.
Larry, I was told that the last time the crowd was like this was when Cush was fired back in October of 1979.
So they're fired up. It is 2nd down and goal from the 7. The quick pitch to Crawford. Good block on Milliken, but McCrary comes up to make the hit in the open field and down near the, well, I guess the 7-yard line. A loss of a yard on that one. So just outside the 6-yard line, it'll be 3rd and goal. This defense is really toughening up here.
Well, Larry, from our FSU standpoint, it would really be a super time to hold them at least to a field goal.
Well, this is a chip shot, an automatic for Zendejas. It is 14-10, Florida State by 4, just underway in the 4th quarter. 3rd down goal. Hans wanting to throw. And it's incomplete, and he had a man open, and I'm not sure he went to the right man. It looked like he might have gone to Doug Allen, but he had Weatherspoon open. And they were really just, may have been shielded. Weatherspoon may have been shielded from the ball because it looked like he went to Doug Allen, who cut inside, and Weatherspoon cut to the outside.
Larry, I think that Arizona State thought, or Hans thought that FSU was going to be in a man-to-man, and they checked off and went to a zone coverage, so that was really an ineffective play.
It is 14-10. Florida State by 4. This will be a chip shot field goal for Zendejas, the All-American. It'll be of 24 yards. The snap is down, and the kick is up, and it is automatic, and it is good. And we've got a little break in the action here as the fireworks and cannons explode in Tempe, Arizona. A timeout with 13:45 to play in the game. And the score now, Florida State 14, Arizona State 13. 52-yard drive in 16 plays. And look at the time, 7 minutes and 42 seconds. That was ball control with a 24-yard field goal from that man right there, Luis Zendejas. He hadn't had one in 6 quarters, but he's gotten 2 in this ball game.
Larry, I'd like to remind all the Seminole fans to be sure to tune in the Bobby Bowden Show on Channel 6 tomorrow afternoon at noon. You catch all the highlights from tonight's action.
Zendejas approaches the ball. Snipes is the deep man for the Seminoles, and he'll take it 6 yards deep in his end zone and back up a step or 2 and kneel it down. So, we have not had many kick returns in this ball game with 2 outstanding kickers. They just kick it deep and bring it out to the 20, 1st and 10. We got one guy running wild out on the field right now. He's going a little bit berserk. That's Elvis, huh? He fires up this crowd a little bit, does he? He went out and got the kicking tee, I guess, and went to the sideline. 13:45 to play in the game. It is 14-13. Florida State up by 1. And an important drive right now for the Seminoles. 1st and 10 at their own 20. Right away, Lowry to the air to Hester. Makes a move and almost breaks away. Gets a first down across the 30. And out of bounds at the 35 is Bruce Hill. On the coverage, gets him out of bounds.
Once again, Arizona State a man-to-man coverage, and Florida State taking advantage of that by running Hester on the quick out pattern for the first down. He almost broke that one. It's too bad he didn't have the tearaway jersey.
That's right. Tearaway, he'd have been off and running. Next week now, the Seminoles return home against South Carolina. 1st and 10 at the 35. High backs. On the play action, Lowry looking back to his right and overthrows the intended receiver, tight end Tom Wheeler. He was open. Would not have had enough for the first down, but would have certainly gotten 7 or 8 yards out of it.
Well, I think Kelly knows he overthrew Tom. Kelly obviously is not having a real sharp night. He's still having a good night, but we're going to have to hit those plays. When you got a man open in a game like this, you've got to hit him.
As a wide receiver, Barry, when you got the nickel defense you've got in now, what did you look for when you were a wide receiver? Did you try to get the one-on-one and break on a nickel defense? Is it usually one-on-one?
It's simple. You try to find the hole.
That's simple. Here's the pitch to Snipes, and Snipes gets it across the 42-yard line. It'll bring up a 3rd down and about 3 or 4.
Now, getting back to the nickel defense, Larry, seriously, what you have to do, number 1, is to spread out the defensive coverage, and you've got to get the receivers to get down the field to get past the underneath coverage in the find the hole, either if it's in or outside.
Salamua on the stop for the Arizona State Sun Devils. He's the nose tackle, 285-pound sophomore. It is 3rd down and a long 3. Lowry's in trouble. Billy Robinson, the outside linebacker, was coming strong, and he makes the tackle. He has had 5 quarterback sacks, and this is his 6th. And Lowry is down and not getting up right away. We will take a commercial break here with 12:43 to play in the ball game. A timeout, a break in the action. Florida State 14, Arizona State 13. Kelly Lowry, as you see, is being helped to the sideline. He could not put any weight, Barry, on that left leg at all. When he tried, it just gave out on him.
Now, I think we're going to take a look at it right here. He gets hit by Billy Robinson really on a fine play on the blitz, but you can see where he gets bent back over right there, and that's the extent of the injury right there. I don't think we're going to see him back again in this ball game. Onofrio
is deep in punt formation, or to return the kick for Arizona State. Barry's kick is away. Onofrio is going to take it at his own 17. Straight ahead to about the 23. So that's going to loom as a very big factor now with 12:24 to go in a 1-point ball game. You got to keep in mind Zendejas can boom them from 50 or more as a field goal kicker for Arizona State, so they don't need a lot of room to get him a 3-point try. And the quarterback situation for Florida State, there he is on the sideline being worked on, and he's in a great deal of pain. It's his left knee, not the ankle that he injured a week ago. It is now the knee that is his problem. I guess we'd see Bob Davis come in.
Yeah.
He is warming up on the sideline. Here's straight ahead play out to about the 30 is Dwayne Wright.
You know, Larry, it's been fortunate that we've been able to play games against Cincinnati and Louisville and get such a good lead that Bob Davis could come in and get some experience under his belt, because times like this, you've got to play.
I tell you what, that's a miracle recovery there, and he's up walking around on the sideline.
Well, you know the old saying, I mean, Kelly Lowry, everybody knows that he's a stud, and if he can come back, I guess he'll give it a good shot.
Give some credit to the trainers, those magic fingers on the sideline. They got him going. Crawford again with the carry, and this one out to the 34-yard line. He's over that 100-yard mark now. He had less than 300 yards coming in for the season, and he's up to the 100-yard mark in this ball game.
I don't think Arizona State is missing Daryl Clack tonight.
No, not with this guy, not with Crawford running the ball so well.
You know, getting back to Kelly's injury, you know, Don Falls, and of course a lot of us call him Rooster, has been with Florida State many years and has done a fine job working with the athletes.
It is 3rd and 3, and their third down conversion has been 4 of 10. But they get it again here on the first down. A pass out near midfield to Paul Day. That's Scatback, that's sophomore, 5'10", 159 pounds. And he gets it out near midfield for a Arizona State first down. 11-11 to play.
You know, the reason this ball was completed, number 23, Tracy Ashton for Florida State, originally had the coverage and then moved out of the area, and then you see the catch for the first down.
The second half has been what we expected the entire ball game, but it has been a defensive struggle in the first half, a 7-7 game. And a timeout has been called by Florida State. And now with the timeout, 10:57 to play in the game. The score is Florida State 14 and Arizona State 13. There's an excellent shot of Kelly Lowry's left leg, the knee that has been bothersome since he just got racked up and it's got ice on it. He got up and walked around, as you saw, but now he's got the ice pack on, and Bob Davis has loosened up and he's on the sideline standing up. We may see him. Here's a 1st and 10 play. Dwayne Wright to the outside and just across the midfield stripe into Seminole territory. Another 10 or 15 yards there, threatening for 3 was Zendejas.
That's true. I think he's pretty effective hitting him from that lane.
And it is 14-13 the score. Hans 9 of 14. He only passed 6 times in the first half. He has 97 yards passing, and he's had 3 300-yard games this year and 2 last year. He's going to go with a play action here and throws it incomplete, and he just threw that one away. It was double coverage on that sideline, and he may have had trouble with the interception had he picked it up and thrown it. Ken Rowe in his face on the blitz really gave him some trouble.
You know, Ken Rowe is a senior at Florida State. He's had a lot of great games, and once again he shows you why he's such a fine linebacker, putting a lot of pressure on Hans.
10 minutes, 20 seconds remaining in Tempe, Arizona. The score is 14-13. Florida State by 1. 3rd down and 8 for Arizona State, right at midfield. A big play here. Gets it away under pressure, and it's complete to Crawford out of the backfield. Down the sideline, he's still on his feet. He goes in for a touchdown. 49 yards. And Arizona State has taken the lead with 10-11 to play. And no flags anywhere that I can see.
We'll take a look at it right here. What we had is a mix-up in the coverage, and you're also going to see Paul Day, number 22, throw a fine block. And Mike Crawford is off and running right there for a touchdown.
Well, you might remember the first touchdown that they scored was set up on a Crawford to Hans pass, the halfback to the quarterback, that kept the drive alive. And this time Hans returns the favor, giving it off to Crawford on the pass, and a touchdown run by Crawford. So it is right now 19-14, the extra point coming up, but they're going to take a timeout here in a break. So let's take it now with 10 minutes, 11 seconds remaining. There's a break in the action. The score, Arizona State 19, Florida State 14. All right, we may see Florida State defensively now looking at a little different situation. Arizona State may go for 2. A 2-point conversion would give Arizona State a 7-point lead instead of a 6-point lead, and that's what they're going to go for. That's why the timeout. Play action rollout. Hans batted away by Carricker. Oh, that's a big play. Now a touchdown would give Florida State the lead. They're breaking the action. Timeout in Tempe, Arizona. 10 minutes, 11 seconds remaining, and the score, Arizona State 19, Florida State 14. I tell you, when you look for the defense to make the big play, all you got to do is look at Carricker, Alfonso Carricker, and he is the guy that will probably make it. And he has done it here tonight. A 6'6" senior batting away a 2-point try after a 72-yard drive, 6 plays, a touchdown of 49 yards. But now it is 19-14. Kick to Snipes. He's going to bring it out. He was 7 yards deep. He brings it out to the 17-yard line. 24-yard return, but it's short of the 20-yard line. Dale Walton on the coverage and the tackle. Well, it is all set up now for Florida State with 10 minutes to go. A touchdown gives them a lead even without the extra point because of the 2-point try failure.
Chris, I think we're going to see a lot more action in the last 10 minutes.
There's Elvis running off the field again. He's the guy that goes out and gets the kicking tee for Zendejas. Well, with 10-11 to go, it's down to 10:06. You see Bob Davis in there at quarterback, a junior from Warner Robins, Georgia, called on under pressure because of the injury to Kelly Lowry. Look at Allen. He is a bull out to the 25-yard line. Mitch Callahan, who weighs about 250 pounds, dragged along with him, makes the tackle. Well, this is the kind of game we thought it would be. Finally, it wasn't that way in the first half. Now it's a ping-pong match.
Well, they're starting to really square it out now.
Bob Davis, 6'4", 190-pound junior, brings his team up with 2nd and 1 after a 9-yard pickup from the 26. Quick pitch again, Allen. Nope, he will not get the first down. Billy Robinson, who's just been outstanding tonight, makes the tackle. If he's not blitzing, he's making the hit, whether it's a pass or whether it's up the middle or whether it's outside on the run.
Defensive coaches like to see a player like that, always around the ball, making something happen.
It is 3rd down and a yard. Ouija Thompson coming in with Tom Wheeler. Pete Penton goes to the sideline. The play has been sent in from the sideline, and let's see what it's going to be on 3rd and 1. High backs Jones and Allen, and Davis on play action will throw on 3rd and 1. He's got a lot of time. Unloads it to Wheeler, who gets the first down. The tight end is down at the 41-yard line. Dale Walton on the coverage and the tackle, along again with Jimmy Williams.
Attention, please.
That was a good play selection by Bob Davis. A good safe pass. Once again, they're doubling the outside receivers, and Tom Wheeler is man on man. He's all by himself, and he makes a fine catch, and we've got another first down.
Davis showed the real coolness and poise of a seasoned veteran there, dropping back in the pocket on 3rd and 1 and getting it away. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line, 8:39 remaining. Here's the handoff inside, and look at Jones. He's off and running. He is down to the 20-yard line. Flag goes down as he goes down to the 10. And it looks like it may be a clip against Florida State. Cletus Jones of Miami, a sophomore, breaks it open on an inside play all the way down to the 23, or actually down to the 13, but a flag went down around the 23.
Well, this play is all Cletus Jones all the way, but let's see if we can pick up the penalty right here. And it is against Florida State. It's a fine run by Cletus. There's the ball. Hassan Jones, you can see right there blocking. Now, that is very frustrating from a coaching standpoint because, just let the man run.
Because there's
nothing you could have
that block would not help at all.
That's correct.
Well, instead of being down 1st and 10 at the 13, they're going to bring it all the way back near the 40. It'll be at the 38-yard line. And it was a legitimate good call. No doubt about it. Hassan even looked like he wanted to hold up. After he made the hit, he realized he had not done the right thing. But it's out to the 38. It'll be first down.
Yeah, well, let's take a look at it again. You're going to see Hassan Jones coming from the top of your screen right there against number, 24, right there. And there's the block.
Lay off, but
yep.
Boy, Cletus really broke it open quickly, didn't he? For a 215-pounder, he was breaking it. 69,986 the official attendance. Capacity is 70,021. So they were only about 40 or 50 away from that. 1st and 10. Davis out of the backfield to Snipes. Defensive back fell down. Snipes breaks the tackle. 30, 25, 20. Leaps over. He'll go in for the touchdown. He hurdled a defensive back at the 12 and goes in for the score. This one of 38 yards, and the lead now to Florida State by 1.
Well, Larry, you talk about getting pumped up. David Fulcher, who's around the ball all the time, you can see him trying to make the tackle here. You can see Bob Davis, cool, just throwing it right out to Roosevelt Snipes. And look at those moves right there, and you can see Fulcher trying to make the tackle. This is all Roosevelt Snipes. He is an exciting ball player.
All right, a 38-yard touchdown pass for Davis, although it was mostly a run by Snipes. It is 20-19, and now Florida State will take a timeout to discuss the two-point possibility. 8:03 to play in the game. Timeout, the score, Florida State 20, Arizona State 19. Well, Bob Davis has hit Rosie Snipes for a quick touchdown. Snipes with an excellent run, breaking a tackle of Fulcher, leaping and hurdling over a would-be tackler at the 12 and taking it all the way in for the score. And now a two-point try would give Florida State a 3-point lead, and if they fail, they still have the lead by 1.
I'll be anxious to see what kind of play Coach Bowden calls. A two-point pass conversion is something that Florida State does work on quite a bit.
Shotgun formation. Bob Davis in the shotgun. Allen in motion. Davis to the middle, and it is good to Ouija Thompson. So the two-point play is good, and Davis is having an outstanding quarter. He's got a touchdown pass to Snipes. It was mostly a run by Snipes, but it goes in the books as a scoring toss, and then this toss to the 6'6" Thompson gives the Seminoles now a 3-point advantage.
You know, Larry, what was great about that play was Mario Montgomery really had a hand in there, and Ouija Thompson was just hungrier than Mario, and he went for the catch, and he just made a fine grab.
So now Florida State owns a 3-point lead at 22-19. It was a 7-7 game at the half, and it has exploded into a high-scoring game after all. And you see Davis on the headset there. He's talking to the coaches in the booth up here with us to get some indication of what he might be calling when he gets the ball back again. So Snipes' 38-yard touchdown reception from Bob Davis. More of a swing pattern and let Snipes run open. I tell you, he's tough in the open field, isn't he? Boy, he's got the moves and he's got the speed.
Well, you know, he's kind of a player, I don't want to say like a Tony Dorsett, but, you know, in Dallas's offense, they like to get the ball to him on the outside and let him run.
He's a game breaker. We saw that against Auburn when he ran 180 yards, but it was called back because he stepped out of bounds. This is Cade, breaks a tackle and fights his way up close to the 20-yard line. So Barco's kick returned out to the 20, maybe the 21, 1st and 10 Arizona State with just inside 8 minutes to go. An 82-yard drive in just 5 plays.
We figure, Larry, the first half, we figure these bowl committee officials are probably ready to go to sleep and leave, and I imagine they're on the edge of their seats right now.
5 bowls represented here tonight. From the 20-yard line, 1st and 10. 7:58 to play in the game. It's a 3-point lead for Florida State. That's a bit fragile the way this game is going. Crawford to the outside. Makes the turn. He is a tough runner now, and he gets enough apparently for a first down right at the 30-yard line. Pat Milligan forces him out of bounds, the Fort Lauderdale senior, a strong safety.
You know, Crawford really showing his speed, trying to get to the outside, and John McLean just didn't have that extra help he needed to make that tackle.
Crawford over the 100-yard mark rushing tonight. You kind of expected to see some 100-yard rushers tonight. You expected maybe Allen and Snipes and perhaps Clack, but Clack has been held out with a hip pointer, and it has been Crawford carrying the ball and carrying the load for Arizona State. Lowry is on the bench with an injury, a knee that has ice on it. This is Crawford again to the right side on 1st and 10, and he gets maybe 3 yards. And it has been Davis to ignite a fire under the Seminoles here in the 4th quarter with a touchdown pass and a 2-point conversion, giving the lead back to Florida State in what has become a seesaw battle. 7.5 minutes to play. 22-19, Florida State by 3. We're happy we're bringing this game to you, but this would have been a good one for regional television. And And here's Crawford, and not much going here. He gets it out maybe to the 34, a yard or so, as Ken Rowe, the senior linebacker, came up to apply the brakes.
You know, Ken Rowe seems to be around the ball quite a bit, just like
6 at the 34.
Billy Robinson of Arizona State. He's been around the ball all day long.
He really has. I'll tell you, when you get two inside linebackers like Rowe and Taylor for Florida State, and then you've got Battle and Williams for Arizona State, you've got some fine ones. Crawford 112 yards now for the night. Of course, Battle is out with an injury he sustained earlier in this game. 3rd and 6 from the 34. Across midfield with a catch and out of bounds is Doug Allen, the junior wide receiver from Baldwin Park, California. He is one of the leading receivers, although we have not seen much of him tonight. He had 17 receptions coming into the game with a 14.5-yard average.
Doug Allen, number 82 for Arizona State. Little used this evening, but he makes a fine move to the outside, and there's a hole. He makes a reception. It's another first down.
You get the feeling there's a lot of football left in this game with 6:33 to go.
Yes, yes.
22-19, Florida State by 3. Florida State has 1 timeout remaining. Keep that in mind. Arizona State has 2 of theirs remaining as Hans finds another receiver, and out of bounds along the sideline around the 40-yard line is Paul Day.
He's driven out of bounds by number 8, Eric.
Paul Day, the speedster. A sprinter on the track team here at Arizona State. Eric Riley forced him to the sideline. Inside the 40 at the 39. Short of a first down. It's 2nd and 1.
Once again, you have Arizona State lining 2 wide receivers to one side, one running the inside pattern, and Dave running the outside cut. It's been effective all night long.
Allen lines up wide to the right. 2 setbacks behind the quarterback. And how about that? Hans will just take it straight ahead. Trying to get the first down and gets it. And some more. He gets down to the 35. Let's see. 42. Right now, they're in field goal range of Zendejas. The way he can kick it. And they're not thinking 3, folks. They're thinking 6 at the moment with 5:47 to play and the clock moving.
1st and 10 at the 35.
Beautiful, clear night here in Tempe, Arizona. We are high above, really, the press box area and everything in our TV booth. We can see out and see the beautiful sparkling lights all around this area. It's beautiful here in the Phoenix, Tempe, Scottsdale, Arizona area. The pass intended for Allen is incomplete, and he just missed it. That was a catchable ball.
Well, Larry, I've been in that same position a few times. You get a little bit excited. It's really an easy catch, and you're thinking more about running with the ball after the catch, and you take your eyes off it, and you drop it.
We talked about that in the Pittsburgh game, that sometimes it's almost easier if it's a difficult play to make because your concentration is there.
That's correct, Larry.
2nd and 10, 35-yard line. Hans pump fake. He's in trouble. Carricker zeroing in, forces him out of bounds. I think I'd speed up a little, too, if I saw that guy coming after me. Carricker is 6'6", 260. And he's been all over the running backs tonight and now chasing quarterback Hans. He batted the 2-point conversion away earlier tonight that allowed Florida State really to get back the lead with the touchdown.
Really what made this play for Florida State really wasn't so much Carricker on the pressure, but very fine coverage from Florida State defensive backs.
Good point. Down to 5:16 to play. It is 3rd down and 11. A big play now for both clubs. Hans on a straight drop back across the middle. He's got an open man. It's Doug Allen. He's going to take it in for the touchdown. And this game is a long way from being over yet. 5:08 to play, and the score gives Arizona State the lead by 3. That's his 6th touchdown, and he is the leading scorer as far as the receiving corps goes for Arizona State.
Well, you can see Day making the catch right there in traffic, and it's all off to the races right there. What made that play go, there was a receiver you couldn't see on that replay that cleared out earlier, and he came underneath the coverage, caught the pass, and went in for the score.
This one coming just 3 minutes away from the touchdown that Florida State had scored. So Doug Allen takes it in for the touchdown. And the extra point by Zendejas is automatic. And now it is a 4-point lead for Arizona State, 26-22. And this game has rapidly become the kind of game we thought it would be. Although the first half was dull and listless, it has certainly been a fireworks kind of a game in the second half.
You can see Hans, he seems to be getting hotter as the game progresses. He's on target. You see the catch. What's good about this is the pattern is run deep enough that you get away from the underneath coverage, and he finds a hole. He makes an easy catch, and he's in for the score.
Well, in the last 3 minutes, you've seen an 82-yard drive by Snipes and an 80-yard drive by Doug Allen.
I guess that's the Sun Devil. From what I understand, he has to do as many push-ups as the points that they have on the board.
Oh, I don't think I'd like that with this club. They average over 30 points a game, 32 in fact. I'm
told that that's Sparky, and I guess that guy must be in good shape.
He's got to be. If he isn't, he will be at the end of the season. 26-22, Arizona State by 4. A game that is looming big in the bowl picture for both teams. An almost must-win for a team expecting to go to a bowl this year. 26-22. The Pac-10 team, Arizona State on top against the Southern Independent. Snipes says, I'll bring this one out too. And oh, he is upended inside the 20-yard line. He really got popped. They're going to mark it down at the 17-yard line. That's where he brought it out to the other time.
Well, I guess, when you have a guy like Rosen Snipes, you're going to let him take a chance of trying to break one, and you're going to see Dale Walton, number 41, very fine stick right there.
Between Walton and Robinson, it'd be tough to pick the defensive player of the game for Arizona State.
Certainly would.
Those two guys have been all over the field. This crowd is on their feet and coming to life.
I don't see anybody leaving early.
5:05 to play. 1st and 10 at the 17. Bob Davis in for the injured Kelly Lowry. Deep handoff, Allen. He almost breaks this one. He gets it out to the 27-yard line. Good defensive play from David Fulcher, who's also been an outstanding defensive man for the Arizona State Sun Devils. You see Ouija Thompson getting the word, the play call from Bobby Bowden. Hey, these two coaches really are cool under pressure, and I guess it shows the wins that they've got under their belt. Why they are cool. They keep that coolness, and it is really picked up by the players, and they stay cool under the pressure.
Well, I know when Darrell Rogers was at Michigan State, he certainly, spiced up their offense, and he's come to Arizona State and kept the tradition of a wide-open attack.
You mentioned earlier, every team he has coached has been a state.
The state of the arts.
26-22 the score. 2nd and 1. And enough for the first down across the 30 to the 32-yard line. Cletus Jones, who had broken off a big run in this quarter, gets the first down here as Willie Green makes the stop. Green, a senior, playing because Greg Battle, a sophomore, was hurt in the first half.
Larry, when you get to this point of the ball game, there's no tomorrow, and you've got to make it happen. At this point, your running backs are going to be able to run. What you've got to do is the offensive linemen, they become the key players right now.
4 minutes and 20 seconds to play. Clock is moving. Florida State with 1 timeout remaining. 26-22 the score. Quick toss. Ouija Thompson out of bounds. Not enough for the first down, but very close, about a yard short. Bruce Hill on the coverage. They'll mark it down at about the 42. He has to get to the 43. Bob Davis is doing a fine job here in the 4th quarter for the injured Kelly Lowry.
For a man coming off the bench and being cold, he certainly has showing a great deal of poise for a young man.
Arizona State a 1.5 favorite, according to the local newspapers here.
Larry, earlier in the week I was looking at the Dunkel rankings, and they had us favored by 11 points. That's kind of, I don't know where they got that one from.
I like to talk to Dunkel sometime.
Yeah.
There's Kelly Lowry's knee all wrapped up with ice on it. He had not been able to put pressure on it when he came off the field. He was up walking around later, but as you can see, he's having it iced down and won't return. 4:10 to play. Look at this move by Greg Allen. Near midfield. David Fulcher on the stop again. 4 minutes, 3 seconds remaining in the game. A clock the factor, and down in distance going to be a factor. It is 1st and 10 at midfield. Bob Davis having to play somewhat conservatively. You can't give up the ball. He is 3 out of 3 for 63 yards. The touchdown being really a swing pass to Snipes, who took it in for 38 yards. 1st and 10 at midfield. 3:47 to play. 1 timeout remaining. The quick toss is incomplete. Almost picked off by Bruce Hill, the cornerback.
Now that time, Bob Davis showed his inexperience because he really, as you can see by the replay right here, that he's trying to go to Hassan Jones, and he's thrown into double coverage, which he's very fortunate didn't get picked off.
All right, that brings up 2nd and 10 from the midfield stripe, stopping the clock with 3:39 to play. 1 timeout remaining, and down by 4. A field goal won't mean much. In motion is Hester, as you see toward the top of your screen. Inside handoff to Snipes, who leaps his way down to the 45-yard line. It'll bring up a 3rd down and 5. Big play time coming up. Looks like a little trap inside.
Kind of a conservative call, but then again, he does pick up 4 or 5 yards, and Florida State is in a 3rd and 5 situation right now. Almost have to pass the ball right now.
Tony Johnson brings in the play from the sideline. He's a wide receiver. We'll see him line up on the split side to the right.
Let's see if Arizona State blitzes this time.
3rd down and 6. Handoff inside. Down ball popped loose. Did the whistle blow or didn't it? It was down to the 41-yard line, and they're saying no. Yes, it is. A fumble recovery by Arizona State. Fred Gaddis gets the recovery. Jimmy Williams gets the hit. Gaddis gets the football.
Let's take a look at it again. You can see Roosevelt Snipes. He's running with the ball. He's in traffic. Now, I just think there's the stick right there. It makes the ball pop out, and there's the recovery right there.
That's the 2nd fumble recovery in the game for Arizona State. The first one came in the quarter number 2 when they recovered it at the 33 and then drove 67 yards to tie the game at 7-7 to end the first half. This one at the 42-yard line with 2:58 to go. High backs now. Remember, Florida State has 1 timeout remaining. They can stop them. They can get the ball back again. Now, they will not be in their hurry-up offense, but if they get into that, Arizona State has scored 4 times in its 2-minute drill in the last 2 years. In fact, Hans at quarterback has scored 2 of those touchdowns in really a minute drill, the last minute.
Let's see if Roosevelt Snipes is down before. No, it was a good call. It's a very good call. It is a fumble. Unfortunately for Florida State, that's a big turnover.
It was popped loose while he was still up on his feet. Hit from behind, and the ball popped loose. A 4-yard loss, 2nd and 14. 2:21 the play clock moving. Crawford outside, nowhere to go to the 41. That's the original line of scrimmage. In fact, a yard short of that, it'll be 3rd and 11.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see if Arizona State puts the ball in the air, risking an interception. I think that they'll just run the ball, and Florida State is going to have a chance of getting the ball back.
Paul Day, the wide receiver, is bringing the play in from the sideline. At the 41, it is 3rd and 11. There's a 1:55 remaining. Bobby Bowden last week became the winningest coach in Florida State history. 1:45. Florida State has 1 timeout left. It is 3rd and 11. Got to stop him here. Play action in trouble. Had to unload it early. He threw it away incomplete in a wise play by Hans. He would have been sacked back at the 25, but instead was able to get the ball away, and you think, well, that might be picked off because he threw it up for grabs, but no, he threw it out of bounds to the sideline. A good play by the quarterback. Ryan Williams was all over him, and really that was a heads-up play.
You know, right now you wonder if you should go for a block right now, but
oh boy,
I don't know. I think that they'll play conservative and try to go for the return because you still got plenty of time, and unfortunately we only have 1 timeout left, but we're going to see what Florida State's 2-minute offense can do.
Hassan Jones is deep. That's Jim Meyer, the punter. And a break here. Let's see. They may call timeout. That may be, if Florida State takes it, it's their last one, and they take it.
Now that is not a smart move right there because that could come back to haunt us.
Well, you remember we thought that maybe the timeout should have been taken in the Pittsburgh game and was not.
That's right.
Now this is a little surprising that you would take it here. My thinking is maybe they're going to let the clock run down to the, well, they can't let it run down to this very much or they get the penalty. I don't know. I'm surprised too. 1:38 remaining and no timeouts left now. That puts a little extra pressure on your quarterback.
It certainly does. Well, I think at this point, you know, they basically know what type of patterns they're going to run. They'll probably call 2 or maybe 2 plays in the huddle.
All right, they're going to go to their hurry-up or fire offense. They'll call several plays in the huddle, but I'm wondering now if they're considering the block possibilities of thinking if they block the punt, then they get the ball deep in the territory. Of course, if you if you go into the kicker, you lose the ball in the ball game. It's a gutsy play. And of course, you're talking up in the booth, and that's all right. Let's see. Can you read lips?
Well, we're going to find out real soon.
Bobby's pretty cool now. He's been talking to his assistants in the booth. They've got their mind made up on what they want to do. Arizona State is out on the field getting ready for the punt formation. Florida State is now coming off from the sideline. They're down below us on the near sideline. And let's see, they had Hassan Jones deep. They're going to go with McCrary. Well, I don't see Hassan. They're going to go for the block. McCrary is the only deep back, and he's only standing at about the 46-yard line, so he doesn't even want to get the kick. They're going for the block. He's going to rush in. He's edging up. Backing off now. They're going to go with a 10-man rush. They're going after it, and they didn't get it. They're going to let the kick go, and it is a beauty. It's a beautiful kick bouncing at the 18, straight up in the air and down at the 18-yard line. They went for the block and gambled, didn't get it. Now, with no timeouts left, they've got 82 yards to negotiate, and they've got 1:28 to do it in.
Let's take a look at the attempted block right here. One thing that the guys rushing in have to do, you have to lay out in front of the ball like he's trying to, but unfortunately, he just didn't get there in time.
Yeah, you don't want to risk the penalty of going into the kicker, that's for sure. Well, here we go, 1:28 to play. At the 18-yard line, you got an 82-yard drive facing you, and you need a touchdown. Davis is open and can run, and he does. He gets it out to the 23. He does not get out of bounds. They got to hurry now. Callahan, he is the big nose guard of 249 pounds that chased him down.
Larry, the toughest thing about a 2-minute offense is they know you want to catch the ball to the outside and get out of bounds, and of course they're going to put their coverage there. So what they're really doing is giving you the inside patterns.
1 minute to go. 5 defensive backs in the game now for Arizona State. The nickel D. Davis to the sideline, almost intercepted. Incomplete. The coverage by the nickel back, or by the cornerback, Mario Montgomery, who is the fastest of the defensive backs. He is from Banning, California.
We're going to take another look at it. As we said earlier, that the receivers are going to try to get to the outside, and he's trying to get in between the coverages. Unfortunately, Mario Montgomery makes a very fine bat down right there.
53 seconds remaining. It is 26-22, Arizona State by 4. No timeouts left. And Davis throwing to the sideline. It's broken up. He had Thompson deep, but didn't quite get it to him. It was broken up by Kevin Graven, number 6. He is a junior, 5'11", 191 from Cleveland, Ohio.
Once again, we'll take another look at it. This is basically the same play, except to the opposite side of the field, trying to hit in between the deep coverage and the underneath. And Graven comes in and makes a nice save.
Down to 48 seconds to go. It is 4th down and 5. The throw, good for the first down across the 30. Get out of bounds, and he does. At the 39-yard line, stopping the clock with 41 seconds. That's Tom Wheeler. He is a senior, and he is a tight end from Port Orange, and he knew what to do as soon as he got that ball. Got a few extra yards and quickly got out of bounds at the 39-yard line.
You know, usually in a 2-minute offense, a lot of times your tight end is a good receiver to go to because they're going to double the outside receivers, and many times you get a single coverage down the middle on your tight end.
1st and 10, but only 41 seconds remaining. Davis, complete. And out of bounds at midfield, right near the 49-yard line. Jimmy Williams on the tackle as Tom Wheeler, again, the tight end, takes it out of bounds. That stops the clock with 34 seconds remaining. 1st and 10 Seminoles, and really they're playing a little soft in the secondary, allowing the 10-yard pickups because you've got so many yards to give up and only so many seconds to do it in. 34 seconds remaining. No timeouts. 26-22, Arizona State by 4. Play action again. Davis has the man open at the 30 and out of bounds. And this one's Hassan Jones. Now it's a threat with 28 seconds to go. The secondary can't give up too much more. They had to play soft to try to, I guess, run the clock down, but now you got to stiffen up.
Bob, Bob Davis, number 10, is showing a great deal of poise for a young man that hasn't had a lot of experience, and he's coming in a pressure situation. There you see Hassan Jones making the catch, getting out of the bounds, stopping the clock.
Oh, boy, it's going to be exciting. First and 10. Davis quickly had to unload it, goes incomplete. He had some pressure right away, and that was really Ken Johnson putting the pressure on him. He is from Jamaica, Queens, New York, but he's played at Pasadena City College, a junior college, and the College of the Canyons in this area, and he has really been a well-traveled young man. He got in the backfield quickly there, getting some extra yards on the traveling. 25 seconds left, second and 10. Shotgun, Davis. Having to unload it, it's a screen. He's got to complete to the tight end, to the 20, 15, down to the 10. It'll be a first down. That'll stop the clock as they move the chains up. The offense has to move up quickly. The clock is stopped with 18 seconds to go. It'll be first and goal. This one's going right down to the wire.
I tell you what, it's a great pass and a great deal of pressure. You can see Tom Wheeler making the one-handed grab and running for the first down.
16, down to 14. Quick throw to the sideline to Tony Johnson, stops the clock, and 11 seconds to go.
You know, Bob, one thing, Larry, Bob Davis had two receivers on one defensive back on the left side of the field, and he didn't see it. Could have been a touchdown.
He just didn't see it because he had his mind made up to throw the ball out of bounds and stop the clock to Tony Johnson. Had he looked back to his left, he would have had a score.
You know, that's similar. If you remember, it was reversed against Auburn. They had three receivers and our two defensive backs, and they went in for the score.
That's right. Of course, they weren't faced with no timeouts and with the clock going down. 11 seconds to go. Timeout has been taken by Arizona State. They've got one remaining. We're going to keep it right here to kind of recap what has happened. A listless 7-7 first half score has turned into an exciting barn burner in Tempe with a 26-22 game, 4-point lead for Arizona State, and it's second down and goal from the 10 and 11 seconds remaining. Oh, baby. You're really better off being down here at the 10, I would think, than it would be at the 5 as far as the passing game goes. Gives you a little more room to maneuver.
You have a little more room to throw the ball. That is true. You can see here's the play to Wheeler a few plays ago. You can see him running. This is when you wish you had a guy that maybe had a little bit more speed. He might have got in there.
You got to look to Weegee Thompson at 6'6".
Well, at this point, with 11 seconds to go, I think you've got time for two passes. Of course, you've got to already have them picked out, but you got to go into the end zone. Like you said, Weegee Thompson with his 6'6" stature is a guy you got to look to.
Well, we promised an exciting game at the opening of the show. It didn't live up to that in the first half. It has done so here in the second. For those people staying up late in Tallahassee, you've been treated to a real barn burner here in the second half. And we realize back home it's after 1 o'clock in the morning. But we hope you're enjoying it because we certainly have had fun bringing this one to you.
One thing I'd like to remind all Seminole fans, this is the night that you got to turn your clocks back 1 hour.
That's right. You can pick up an extra hour, so stay up late.
You figure you got an extra hour of sleep.
In Arizona, they don't worry about that. No. They stay on standard time throughout the year.
That's right. Well, this is a big play right here.
Hester is wide left. Hassan Jones is wide right. Panton is the tight end. Down to 10 seconds. Throwing to Hester in the corner. He's there. It is touchdown. Florida State has scored. Good defensive play. He was right on him, but the pass got away.
Look at those.
A touchdown with 6 seconds remaining. Bob Davis has threaded the needle to Jesse Hester, and with 6 seconds remaining, Florida State has taken a 2-point lead.
You think those guys ain't excited? Look at this replay. Bob Davis is showing just a great deal of poise, you know, for a young quarterback. He's got somebody in his face, and Hester making a very fine reception. He's really looking the ball, and he knows it's a key catch he has to make.
Davis is throwing for 2 touchdowns in the fourth quarter. The extra point try by Hall won't really mean a whole lot. It's a 2-point lead. There's a flag down, maybe delay of game because of all the jumping around and the excitement. But this was an 82-yard drive. 10 plays. And they had to do it down to less than 2 minutes to go. Yeah, only 6 seconds to go. The extra point would make it a 3-point lead. Zendejas could kick about a 90-yarder and tie this game, and he might be able to do it. You never know. The way he can
That's true.
Here's the extra point. It is good. How about that? What a ball game. We said you'd be treated here in the fourth quarter, and just now the people starting to leave the stadium. We were told they like to leave here early because the watering holes here close up about 1 a.m. They stayed right down to the 6-second mark. And believe me, folks, this one's not over yet. Arizona State has 1 timeout remaining.
Well, you know, Larry, what's exciting about this one, if we look all the way back to 71, we lost the game basically on the same. We lost it with just a few seconds to go in the ball game. This time, Florida State is reversing that.
82-yard drive. The touchdown pass coming here as we see it again.
You can see the rush right in Bob Davis's face. He makes a very fine throw right there. And Hester really makes a fine catch right there.
That was a 10-yard touchdown pass. And it was really on 2nd and goal. Or was it 3rd and goal? It was 2nd and goal, wasn't it?
I guess at this point it's all elementary, right?
That's right. 6 seconds remaining in the game. Now what would you do here? Would you kick it deep and let them run back, or would you squib it?
I would squib it. I'd try to kick it down the sideline somewhere, yeah. Just get it rolling and keep clock up.
Keep rolling.
But this thing that your guys on the kamikaze squad cannot let down, because with some of the speed Arizona has, all it takes is one play, it's all over with.
Well, you thought when Arizona State got the fumble recovery with 2:58 left, it might have been over, but they could not run the clock out. Give the defense credit for being able to stop them and force the punt.
As you can see there, that Florida State went the length of the field in 1 minute and 22 seconds. Not a bad job for your 2-minute offense.
And I was about to say, give the offense the credit for an 82-yard drive in 10 plays with only 1 timeout during that drive. In fact, they gave the timeout during the punt, so really no timeouts.
No timeouts.
82 yards in 10 plays. Day and Cater deep. The ball will be line drive and squib. The clock will start when he gets it. Now, 5, 4, 3, 2. Stopped at 2, and 1 timeout left has been expired. Now with 2 seconds left, you got to go with the Hail Mary alley-oop and go with a Big Ben, as Atlanta Falcon fans like to call it.
Guess who made that tackle? Mr. Ken Rowe, number 38.
Oh, boy. This has been an incredible game. There was 1 minute and 28 seconds left when Florida State got the ball at their own 18-yard line and drove it in 10 plays for the winning points. Apparently, we better hold it. There's only 2 seconds left. You never know. If there's a defensive penalty, the game will continue. So let's see what happens here. The clock has expired. The desperation pass is short and incomplete, and Florida State has won the ball game. The Florida State Seminoles have won the ball game. Their record now 5-3. Arizona State drops to 4-2-1. In a game that really was so important for Florida State, a must-win to keep bowl hopes alive. Arizona State still has bowl hopes alive with a 4-2-1, and certainly alive in the Pac-10 because this game will not count in their conference standings. What a ball game. The final points coming with 6 seconds remaining. Bob Davis in for the injured Kelly Lowry, finding Hester in the corner, and really well covered, was able to get the toss to him for the win. All right, here we are at the end of the ball game, still going over the scoring of an exciting ball game. Most of the points coming in that fourth quarter, the final period. 2 touchdowns by Bob Davis throwing the ball, 1 to Rosie Snipes of 38 yards, where Rosie really did all the running on a swing pattern. But the excitement was no timeouts, 82-yard drive, 10 plays, the touchdown pass, Davis to Hester. Bob Davis really did a job coming in for Lowry.
Well, you know, when you play a game like this, really it takes all 22 minutes, a team effort. But in this case, I'd have to give the nod to Bob Davis for a young man that came in with a little experience, did a tremendous job in a tough situation.
A really team victory. You give defense the credit for stopping Arizona State with 2:58 remaining. They coughed up the football, forced the punt. Then the offense, with no timeouts left, drove the 82 yards. So defense and offense can take credit for a victory.
Well, you know, once again, it was a very exciting game. It was a must game for Florida State. You know, early in the season, we were losing those games. You know, 1 or 2 plays made the difference. In this case, those 1 or 2 plays we got tonight for the victory.
29-26, the final score. It was 7-7 at halftime, and we mentioned at the opening of the game it's going to be a high-powered offense against another high-powered offense, a high-scoring game. And at halftime, only 7-7, but the fireworks exploded as they opened up in the second half.
Well, it puts us in a good position, I think, right now to, you know, get our game together like we have been. We go play against South Carolina next week, and I think right now that the bowl committees that were here tonight, I think, have to take a good long look at us.
There were 5 bowls here represented, one from Florida, the Citrus Bowl, the other bowls from around the country, like the Blue Bonnet in Houston, the Holiday Bowl in San Diego, the Fiesta Bowl naturally was here too, and the Sun Bowl in El Paso, Texas. And I would think right now, showing the high-powered offense of Florida State and the way they won the ball game, they've got to be in the picture. But Kelly Lowry will be a question mark coming up with South Carolina at home.
Well, you could see earlier when we showed Kelly Lowry on the sideline, he is such a great competitor and has contributed so much to this great Florida State team. You know, but football is a game that the guys coming off the bench and put great performances together, and Bob Davis did tonight.
We certainly have enjoyed bringing this game to you. For those still up this morning, thank you for watching. And Bob Warren is next with a news update. The final score from Tempe, Arizona, 29-26, Florida State the winner.
Of the game, and Bob Davis out of the shotgun finds Jesse Hester in the end zone, and the Seminoles pull off a great come-from-behind victory, 29-26 over Arizona State. Coach Bowden, one of the most best comebacks I have ever seen a Florida State football team pull off.
Yeah, that last drive, Bob Davis was in at quarterback, and what do we have, 40 seconds to go or something like that? No timeouts left. And what did he move, 80 yards?
83 yards.
He moved them 83 yards with no timeouts left, and we finally got the winning points with 6 seconds to go. It was a great job by a quarterback that had not been under pressure at Florida State. I had several people ask me last week, why don't you play Bob Davis more? I said, well, Bob never has been under pressure. They said, yeah, but he looked so good in those other 2 games. I said, yeah, but he never was under pressure. I said, until I see him under pressure, I'm just not going to just stick him in the game. And so anyway, he could not have gone into a more pressure-packed situation and performed. No quarterback has come in ever, I don't think, and performed better than he did on that last drive for a winning touchdown.
He had to come in for Kelly Lowry, who went down with a knee injury, and how serious that injury is, we don't know at this particular time. Let's hope it's not that serious. Statistically, the Seminoles had a very good performance again.
Yeah, we out-statisticked them in everything except a bad one down there, and we had 28 first downs to their 20. We outrushed them 218, 144. We outpassed them 264 to 221. Total offense 482 yards, which is about our average. And then we had 3 turnovers, though, that really hurt us. 3 turnovers. 2 of them were down on their end of the field where we were about to score. And it'd like to have killed us.
And that one turnover right toward the end of the ball game, it looked like it was curtains for FSU, and then Bob Davis and that brilliant come-from-behind win.
Well, I'll tell you, with, 2 minutes to go, we were driving, trying to pull a game out, and we fumbled, and they recovered. Our defense made another great... Our defense finally played like I was hoping they'd play.
It was an exciting football game from opening kickoff to that final touchdown from Bob Davis to Jesse Hester. We'll have the first half highlights in just a moment. Florida State went way out west to the desert Southwest, Phoenix, Arizona, Tempe, and first trip out there in a long time, Coach Bowden.
Yeah, Florida State played in the first Fiesta Bowl and got beat 45-38 in a great game that those people all remember out there. Beautiful day, beautiful weather. Beautiful setting. That stadium, if you've never been there, we go back out there next year and play Arizona State. It's a beautiful setting. What, a 73 or 4,000 seat stadium, Gene? And they had about 70,000 people there, and a nice night. They kick off. Rosie Snipes takes it in the end zone. And then the first play, here's Greg Allen around tackling, and he picks up about 4 yards. Now, we take this first drive right in for a touchdown. Kelly Lowry's back. He hits Greg Allen out in the flat, and Greg runs for a first down. The same play again. Lowry back to pass, and you can't believe the blitzing that this Arizona State team does. They are the best blitzing team I've ever played against. We finally burned them on it, but they burned us some too. There's Greg Allen again running up the middle. Lowry comes back and finds Hester just right inside the first down marker for a big first down, and Lowry's back to pass, hits Tommy Wheeler. Tommy Wheeler is one of our heroes of the game from Spruce Creek. Has a reverse to Hester. Lowry blocking. Watch Hester. Hester has some fine running. 69, Tom McCormick, who played a good ball game at center. Here's a pitch off to Greg Allen, who makes a real good fake. Hester takes a reverse. Lowry throws a key block. And Hester on some real fine running. 61 is Danny Morris. And here comes Lowry on the option. A real fine run on Kelly Lowry on the option, and Ouija Thompson, number 18, blocking for him. Here we come back out with the option again. A pitch to Greg Allen. Greg dives and takes it down the 2. Then Greg Allen again. Oh, we don't block some folks. He takes it down to the 1 on some real fine running by Greg Allen. And Kelly Lowry comes in and gets it on a quarterback sneak. And we take a 7-0 lead. And Lowry just did get that one in there. But anyway, we take the first drive. Barry Barco kicks the extra point, and we have a 7-0 lead. Barco kicks off again. He did a good job kicking off today, too. He put that one deep in the end zone. He couldn't run it back. And now they got to start it from 80 yards away. Ken Rowe, number 38, and Henry Taylor at linebacker both played a good game. Nice effort to block the punt there. They kicked the football, and it was a little short, so we just let it run. Okay, Lowry back. Now, we had a chance to score about 3 times this first quarter, Gene. We do not get a one of them. We just nearly went to sleep. I can understand. We took our first drive and drove it for a touchdown. Then we had time after time. There's old Pete Panton and Restivo making the tackle on the punt there. Okay, 71 is old Todd Stroud from St. Pete. Number 76, don't you see how many times? Watch 76 there. Watch him. Watch him. Now, they're going to get away from here, but old Al Carrick, if somebody's got a tackle playing better than him, I'd like to see it. I'd like to see him if they got a tackle. Oh, John McClain. Great effort on John McClain to block that punt. Didn't get it. Cedric Jones catches it, breaks the football back inside, and a real nice tackle. And, okay, Tom McCall. We played 2 offensive teams in the ball game. We rotated them. And nice pass there to Tony Johnson from Dothan, Alabama, who played a good ball game. Jimbo Thompson down here blocking at the bottom of your screen on this number 91. And 61, Danny Morrison there blocking. Terry Widener blocking, and a great catch by Tony Johnson, who continues to play so well. Now, we go to the shotgun. They blitz. They hit their blitz clean, and we could not pick that thing up. Gee, we couldn't. Well, we picked it up. We picked it enough to win the game, but that was a very tough one. Lewis Berry punts this football, and I bet you he didn't miss 1 foot of putting that ball out on a 1-foot line. Oh, a nice tackle by Ken Rowe. Again, and some real fine hustling in the secondary. I thought Pat Milligan played good back there. I thought Brian McCrary played good back there. In fact, there's Tracy Ashley from let's just say up in Georgia. Let's take the whole stadium, okay? Let's make all the Georgians happy. Oh, nice effort there by Ricky Render on that tackle. And Rye Pale over there makes the tackle along with old Sam Restivo. But we found, a nice tackle there by Henry Taylor from Milledgeville, Georgia. Our Georgia boys played good for us. I tell you, we're really proud of the way these Georgia boys are playing for Florida State. There's one right there showing you how to recover a fumble, Gene. Okay, here comes the option. There's the pitch back to Greg Allen. Picks up a nice block by Tony Johnson. Number 42 there is Cletus Jones from Miami, Florida. There's a Georgia boy right there. Cedric Jones. Cedric got hurt and didn't play the second half. Boy, I didn't realize how much we missed him till he was gone. There's a pitch out to Greg. And Greg should have stayed outside here. Should have stayed outside, but he thought he saw some daylight down inside. And Kelly Lowry takes it down here. Number 89 there is Tommy Wheeler, who I thought probably played the best game he'd ever played for Florida State. A nice block down there by Winehouse. But Greg makes a first down there, but he'd have made a little bit more if he was outside. But it's easy to see from up here. Boy, look at that blitz. Gee, and a great catch. Watch Ouija's replay here. Watch him catch. This is the toughest play for a guy 6'6" to make. If he can make that play, he can make any play there is. A 6'6", he don't like to reach. Oh, look at that. We fumbled. See? Now, that was another scoring opportunity. We were down on about there. Well, you see where the ball is right there on the 30-yard line. In fact, we were down on there in front. They had a 4th down there and go for it on their 35-yard line. Now, that was great. That showed you they must have felt like they had nothing to lose. Brian McCrary making another tackle. And, number 19, Milligan making another tackle. 45, Isaac Williams. Look at 76. They throw the old pass back on us. And number 9, Bloodsworth, Steve Bloodsworth, makes the tackle. Ken Rowe misses the tackle out there. The guy just had too big of an angle on him. They kick the extra points. I see Brian Williams in there on defensive end there. They kick the extra. They kick off the Snipes. Watch those Snipes. Snipes from Sarasota, Florida. Watch it. Is he fluid or is he just fluid? Oh, I thought he was going to break this thing. Gee, a couple more blocks and he would have broken it. There's another fine throw and catch from Kelly Lowry to Ouija Thompson and the first down, but time ran out. And so we go into halftime, 7-7, Gene, and we had the ball the whole first quarter. I think we gave them some of the things people have been giving us. I think they had it about 4 minutes first quarter, and we didn't get but 7 points on the board.
Some of those had it for about 11. They had it for 4, 7-7 tie at halftime, and both teams are going to make some adjustments. And if you think that was an exciting first half, there is a lot more excitement coming up in the second half, so please stay with us. Everybody came to see the offensive show.
Yeah, everybody thought it was going to be an offensive show, and I did too. But our defensive football team is just keep playing better and better and better, Gene. And they gave our offensive team opportunity after opportunity to wrap the game up the first half. But after we scored that first touchdown easily, we just didn't. There's David Ponder from Cairo, Georgia, making a real fine tackle. David Ponder, Isaac Williams, and Todd Stroud from St. Pete. Isaac from down around Sanford, Florida. They punt the football. John McLean back there pressing. I saw his mother and dad at the game. There's Hassan Jones from Clearwater. I saw Doug Fry and his wife at the ball game. I always try to pass there to Ouija Thompson, quarterback threw behind him. And Lewis Berry did a fine job of punting under pressure. And Anna Frio, their safety, makes a catch. And Garth Jacks, who must be our leading tackler on punt coverage. Garth Jacks, number 84, a sophomore from Houston, Texas. Number 19, Pat Milligan again, making a fine tackle. Oh, a great, great pass. And I tell you, they had a fine pass for that Todd Hans right there. Knight, look at character. See number 76? Now watch it. Now he'll do that some more. He blocked that one. They kick a field goal. They've got the leading kicker in the nation down there. What's his name?
Louis Zendejas.
Zendejas. I can't remember the name. Zendejas. He's an Irishman, isn't he? But anyway, he's a great kicker. You notice he kicks all of his kickoffs go out in. There's those Snipes. Boy, he's coming along. He is a dangerous runner, that little number 20. I want you to watch him. Nice job by Cletus Jones. Cletus Jones from Miami, Florida, keeps playing better at fullback. Jamie Dukes leading that sweep. I want to call him Bubba Dukes for some reason. His name just ought to be. Miss Dukes should have named him Bubba. I mean, he's 290 pounds. Anybody 290 pounds ought to be called Bubba. But anyway, there's Lowry. Great pass out to Hassan Jones. We got a drive going here. Now, a fine play to Ouija Thompson. Ouija nearly scored. Ouija nearly scored. He gets those big old legs of his down, man. 6'6". Now, he had great desire. He wanted to get that one in the end zone so bad. One more step. Number one, he converted his route. We had called an out, and it wasn't there, so Ouija had to change it. Here's a trap, and Snipes again scores going up the middle, standing up. Real fine. Look at that blocking in there. Real fine blocking in there. I think I see Herbie Hart. He and Herbie and Jamie both from down in the Orlando area there. Both of them about 290 pounds, and they give us a real fine, strong side of our line. And, okay, there's a kickoff, and there's old roll making 99, Bruce Hagee, freshman from St. Louis, comes in on the tackle. Nice catch there. 55, there's a freshman, Fred Jones from Miami, Florida. Fred Jones from Miami, Florida, a freshman. Brian Williams in there from Winter Haven. Oh, we missed some tackles there. And Eric Riley played another good ball game. Eric Riley from Fort Myers. There's Steve Bloodsworth making another fine tackle. They fumble. There's number 19. That's Milligan up again. And Brian McCrary. McCrary had some of the best hits of the night. And now we've got a 14-13 lead. Yeah, they kicked the field goal. We got a 14-13 lead. And Snipes takes the football. That's Chuck Wells from Orange Park. And there's Jesse Hester. I tell you, we get out of those jerseys there, we're going to make some long runs. But that's they're a mesh jersey we use on hot nights. We have to have it. But, gosh, we've lost a couple touchdowns this year by being pulled down by a jersey. Fine punt by Lewis Berry from Panama City. Ulysses Robertson, number 67. What's the big man pressuring over there? There's nice Eric Riley. Got a blitz on here now. Oh, but they hit it for a touch. Oh, shucks. Well, they caught us there, 19-14. Look at that. See Carrick on another deflection. They went for two there. That would have been pretty important, 2 points. Yeah, that would have been a very important. Now, we told Snipes to run this now. I don't care where it went. We needed a big play. I wanted that ball out of that end zone, and he did. Okay, here's Greg Allen now. Picked up some fine blocking over there by Dukes, Hart, Tom McCormick. There's Tommy Wheeler. Now this is not this good. Now watch Cletus Jones here. Here's Cletus on a real fine run. Cletus took that football. I thought the guy grabbed him by his shoulder pad there. I thought that should have been a penalty on them, but they gave us a 15-yard penalty. It was a pretty good officiated ball game. Now watch Snipes on this. There's old Bubba Dukes out there blocking. Nice run. And he picks up a good block down here by Mr. Hester, number 4. Snipes goes in standing up, and now then Florida State takes a 22-19. Look at Bob Davis. Get a look at this Bob Davis now from Warner Robins, Georgia. His father is a coach up there at Warner Robins. Oh, a great high school coach, too. I'm telling you, he does a great job. Watch Snipes run the football. Gee whiz, he's getting us excited. And real fine run. Now we go a 2-point play. Bob Davis hits Ouija Thompson across the middle, and for 2 points. And now we got a, goodness, I forgot what kind of lead we had. 1-point lead, 4-point lead or something? Or did it just put us back in? I think we took a lead right there.
We went up, it was a seesaw battle all the way through. You lose track of who's ahead at what time of the game.
It was a seesaw battle all the way from now. All right, Barco kicks off, and there's Ulysses Robinson down there make the tackle again, along with Garth Jacks. There's Brian Williams chasing pretty hard on the backside. John McLean chasing there also with the tackle again is by Brian McCrary. Okay, nice tackle there. Tracy Ashley, Eric Riley from Fort Myers, Florida. Pons is back. Oh, he hits this man across the middle, Allen across the middle, and they score a touchdown. And now you think, well, it's all over. You think it's all over. But there were about, well, I think maybe 5 minutes to go. Now we take this kickoff here and drive it down to their end of the field and fumble, and with about a minute and a half to go, you think the game's over. As Snipes again trying to get that football. There's a handoff to Greg Allen. He picks up 9 big yards. 9 big yards. Now Bob Davis comes out and hits Ouija Thompson for first down. Bob Davis backhands off to Snipes, and there's the fumble, and you think the ball game's over. But we held them, forced them to punt. Now, how much time do we have left? We got the ball game.
1:28.
So we got 1:28 right now.
From the time we snapped the ball on this final drive.
Right here. No timeouts left. Davis back. He hits Wheeler. Wheeler makes a fine first down and out of bounds to stop the clock. Now we're down to 41 seconds. Okay, there's a fake again. He's going to find Wheeler again. Catch the football, make the first down, stop the clock. Does it again. Bob Davis back again, looking downfield. He finds Hassan Jones for another first down. Goes shotgun. Great throw, great catch by Tommy Wheeler. Tommy Wheeler of Spruce Creek. Watch Wheeler's catch. A great throw by Davis to begin with. Nice catch by Tommy.
One-handed.
Oh, I tell you, really proud of him. We came home and got back to the airport about 6 o'clock in the morning. His mother was there waiting on him at the airport. I know she was there. There's the touchdown that beat them right there. 11 seconds to go. Bob Davis back to pass, finds Jesse Hester, and Jesse makes a real fine catch because that guy was all over him. But Jesse had set that up with a real fine fake. And Phil Hall kicks the extra point. Now we got a 29-26 lead. We get a 15-yard penalty there for having a good time, I think. There's some new rule they got. I think it's called having a good time after you score, which they say don't do that anymore. Don't have a good time. Don't celebrate after you score. That's a good rule, too. We just violated it. Nice tackle, a big tackle there. And now then, they go back to pass. Pat Milligan nearly intercepts it, breaks it up, and Florida State wins a game that we thought we had lost, you know. Because, again, it was a game that was pulled out in the last 6 seconds. Again, we played, if we could have played the last minute against Auburn like that, and the last minute like that against Tulane, and the last minute like that against Pitt, we might have won the game, Joe. But we finally pulled one out. And I'm proud of the team. Our defensive team, I thought, played their best ball game. If they can continue to improve, they improved again last night, for that ball game, then we've got a chance on down the road. Now, I think that's a very big key. Now, we had a lot of boys injured. Cedric Jones did not play the second half. Greg Allen and Snipes both got hurt, but both went back in afterwards. Kelly Lowry got hurt. I don't know the extent of that yet. And we had some other boys beat up. But, gee, they played so good. I was just pleased to death to come out of Arizona State with a win.
Let's hope that the injuries can heal in time for the upcoming game with South Carolina. And speaking about the Gamecocks, Seminoles can't rest on that 29-26 thriller from Sun Devil Stadium. They got to look ahead to South Carolina. We'll have a scouting report.